What other truth is there? I thought you already told me the biggest bomb on me. Dropped the biggest bomb on me by revealing the truth about this place. Well... Oh, God. You're already aware of my watching habits. Stalking, as you like to call it. When I said that I didn't know much about you, I wasn't being entirely honest. It wasn't just your boyfriend's life I watched. You were clearly important to him, and I was curious about you too, so I spent some time watching your life as well. And by that, you don't mean you've only been watching me at the club, do you? Just how much are we talking here? I've watched you for, I don't know, a few weeks, couple of months maybe? A couple of months? Not all the time, but rather more than I hinted at. I don't like where this is going. And by more than you hinted at, you mean... I never watched you go to the toilet, I promise. But you have watched what? Everything else? Oh, fucking hell. So what, every private moment? Every moment when I've been vulnerable? Every moment when I thought I was alone with my boyfriend? You were. Except for some fucking haunt snooping on us. You watched us fuck, didn't you? Which you enjoyed. And then I do something really fucking stupid, and it's like Christmas has come for you, isn't it? You can drag me to your stupid fucking make-believe world, feed me lines of shit, make me actually care like a fucking idiot. And all the time you're just playing me for your fucking gratification so you can get off like you probably did when you watched my fuck you. Chris. Whoa, that was quite the reaction. Fuck. This is also very wrong. I knew something was up from the get-go, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. This girl knows too much shit about me. Why the fuck did she even drag me here? Chris, please wait. If it wasn't obvious, fuck you wasn't actually an invitation for you to follow. Please, Chris, don't cut me off. And the waterworks too. Can we at least talk? Was I not clear enough? How about piss off, you manipulative witch? Would you understand that? Fine then, let's cut a deal. What? I'll let you do whatever you want to do. To me. To work off your anger. Fucking hold me. Whatever it is you feel I deserve. But in exchange, I want you to listen to what I have to say first. What the fuck are you even saying? You think that's something that'll make me feel better? Something that'll make me feel good about myself? Giving into that shit doesn't fix a goddamn thing. It never fucking does. Fuck you for even suggesting something like that. I'm sorry. I guess it shows that I'm not actually good at reading people. I get so very little actual interaction with anyone these days. I wanted to be honest with you. That's what people do, isn't it? When they care. I promise I'm trying my best. The last thing I want is for us to be fighting right now. Please don't be mad at me, Chris. Fucking hell. Get up. I won't throw anything anymore. For the record, when you damage stuff in here, it hurts me. Mentally, I mean. It's a very unpleasant sensation. What, for real? You mean to say you're actually connected with this place in some weird way? So when I threw the bottle just now, fucking hell, Beryl, you could have mentioned something earlier. Well, I had no reason to bring it up before until now. Shit. Sorry. You didn't know, so it's alright. Come on, get up. That ground is cold. I'd know. Thanks. Your hands are still warm. None of this is fair, Beryl. Because essentially, I know almost nothing about you. And you seem to know far too much about me. If you've been watching for me for God knows how long, you must have had a decent idea of what kind of person I am long before I even met you. You probably predicted how I'd act in here. From the very beginning, you manipulated the whole situation to your advantage. Fuck, I'm such an idiot. Why the hell did I stop listening to my intuition? You're right. Like you said, none of this is fair. I can't fix that. But it's not like I predicted we'd ever get a chance to actually meet like this, that you would ever get the chance to see me or interact with me. It's true that my motives aren't completely selfless, but it's not like I had bad intentions while dragging you here, did I? I brought you here because it seemed like the only sensible thing I could do when I found you. I mean, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm trying to save your life. And yes, I've seen you at your worst. But I've also seen you at your best. Oh yeah? And just when was that? Because I don't remember the last time in my life didn't seem to be down in the dumpster. Unless by best, you mean me staying sober for most of the day. You're exaggerating, Chris. You might be rude and selfish most of the time, but you're actually kind to people you care about. Hell, you've even shown me some kindness. You're not a bad person. Stop with this bullshit. I mean it. What is it you wanted to explain to me? Back when you were offering me a deal to work off my anger, you wanted me to listen to you first. Go on then, I'll listen, without the fucked up deal. In that case, mind if we sit down first? That's an idea, sure. Getting a sore soul legs. First off, I'm not going to ask you for forgiveness. It's probably not something I deserve. But I hope I can make you understand, even a little bit. Would you like a cigarette, actually? Oh, now you're offering me a smoke? If this is what it took, maybe I should have thrown a bottle against the wall sooner. It's something that usually helps you relax, isn't it? So I can go out of my way and make one for you. Nah, we'll pass. It's fine, don't strain yourself. Thought I'd have a hard time coping when I woke up, but I've been surprisingly fine. I guess it only makes sense considering what this place is. So I suppose any kind of possible withdrawal is just in my head here. I wouldn't really know, but that seems plausible. And the less we talk about cigs, the less I think about them, and the less it'll bother me. Roger that. So go on, I'm all ears. Okay, so being dead has its obvious drawbacks, but in some ways, being a ghost is even worse. Since I'm already dead, I can't exactly die again, so I'm trapped like this. And over time I lose pieces of my memory. I forget what makes me me. As far as I'm aware, there are two ways this can end for me. There's a peaceful end if I resolve things, and if I can't, there's an end where I lose my ability to think properly, when all I am is pain and regret and longing and loss. And that, I don't think that ends. I've seen what happens to a ghost. When a ghost loses their sense of self like that, it's uncomfortable to even be close to them for long. There are more of them? See, when people say a building feels wrong to them, that it's cold, that it creeps them out, that's what might be left there. That's your real fucking haunt. Not that most people can see them any more than they can see me, it's just that sense of wrong is stronger and people can feel that. Every time I create this world, I push myself a little closer to that, materializing this place as a strain. It damages me, I think, makes my mind deteriorate faster. But it's also my only chance. I don't know how long I have. Probably quite a long time still, because I still feel very much me, but as far as the real world's concerned, I basically don't exist. People can't see me, they can't hear me, they can't feel me, can't interact with me at all. I'm surrounded by people and life, and I'm completely on my own. Here though, I'm able to interact with someone, for a limited time, but still. It's pretty much the only chance I have to let someone get to know a little of me, however much of that is left. And through that, I cling to the hope that once they're back in the real world, they'll remember me, and that they'll possibly find out who I was. Maybe that will be the key to unlocking what my regret was, and then perhaps I can escape this. And that leads on to people like you. If I were just to shut myself away completely from everyone and everything, I don't think I could handle that. I mean, there's lonely and there's isolation. So I sort of live a little through other people. I follow them, I watch them. I experience moments of their day, secondhand at least. It's not properly fulfilling, but it's something. It's something that helps me keep going. It gives me an anchor of sorts, helps me remember what it's like to be human. I know it's an intrusion and I'm sorry, I really am. It's always felt not innocent, but like it wouldn't hurt anyone. The people I've been watching would never know I've seen them. It's not like I could just tell anyone else about what I've seen either, so it'd really just be my little secret. Sounds like a weak excuse, I know, especially when I watch what goes on behind closed doors, because sometimes it's such fun watching someone maybe at a club and they were dancing and laughing and so alive, and then they go home with someone and, well, it's hard to stop watching sometimes, you know? You know, if this whole shit wasn't so serious, it'd be almost funny. You basically have an infinite supply of tickets to some live-action porn. Is that what you've deduced from all of it? I know my mind's a warped genius sometimes, but I'm pretty sure some people would pay a lot of cash for that kind of shit. Are you one of them? I can neither confirm nor deny my answer to that question. When you and your boyfriend stopped seeing each other, I wondered what had become of you. So I looked in your place sometimes. More often than not, you weren't there, but sometimes you were. And sometimes you weren't alone, and I shouldn't have watched, but I did. So that one time and the last time I visited, I found you in your tub. I have to admit, it freaked me out pretty bad. Right, I actually did wonder what led you to me, whether it was something you could sense being the way you are. But I guess this answers my question. You didn't find me by coincidence. Well, the timing was coincidence. Had I ended up visiting you a day earlier or a day later, we wouldn't be here at all. And that's another scary thought. So does this make me lucky or unlucky? I don't know, Chris. You tell me. Well, while we're already having an honesty corner here, maybe I can explain a couple of things to you too. Oh, good. I won't have to feel like I've been holding a monologue for the past hour and a half. More like 5 minutes. Wait, did you actually want me to interrupt you? I'm just joking. Please go ahead. What's on your mind, Chris? Why do I like the way she calls me by my name so much? This is so stupid. First of all, we're going over there. These bar stools aren't very comfortable for long-ass conversations. We're moving around a lot for this conversation. I'm not saying the seating is much better, but at least you won't fall off if you give me your feet. Huh? Unless you don't want those getting some warmth anymore. Oh. Well, be my guest. This will keep my hands occupied for the time being. Do you know why I lashed out at you back there? I can hazard a guess. You tend to let your emotions get the better of you sometimes, don't you? It's a nice way of saying someone that might have anger issues. It's my fault, isn't it? Because you found your privacy had not been as private as you thought? You probably know this already, but I'm a sociable guy. I usually get along with folk easily. I get along with alcohol pretty easily too. Too easily sometimes. There are times when the two combine well, and there's nights of glorious drunk fucking. Occasionally the combination doesn't end up good though. Sometimes stuff that shouldn't happen, stuff that wouldn't happen if I was sober happens. But it's behind closed doors. Nobody else knows about it. Me and the other person come to an agreement that it doesn't go any further. And so I managed to parcel those memories up, hide them away, not think about them, pretend they don't exist. If there's nothing to think about, there's nothing to be ashamed of, right? I know it sounds kind of stupid to say it like that, but it works. It worked, until I found out that someone else had seen some of that shit. At least I think you have. It sounded like you had. Which, it fucked me off. Because that was supposed to be a secret, nobody knew. I'd hidden it from myself. It was like it hadn't happened as long as I kept pretending. Turns out I can't fool myself as well as I thought. And when the shame came out, it turned to anger because you knew. And you were there and I lashed out. And for what it's worth, I'm glad the alcohol here tastes like shit because I've no idea what would have happened if I'd been drinking. So I only lashed out verbally. Well, and I broke one of your bottles, but at least it stopped there. It's fucked up, but I actually got to thinking about your offer. About what I could do if I was still angry. My brain loves to do that kind of shit to me sometimes. Then I realized that would be the absolute worst thing I could give into. Since not only would it hurt you, it would also give all my worst regrets some company. And it wouldn't fix a goddamn thing. Besides, it's not healthy to have too many regrets, is it? I think I need to work on having less of those, not more. Being on my own doesn't always lead me to the smartest decisions, does it? Do you want me to be honest? Shoot. You're an idiot. You've got a lot going for you. You're handsome, you're smart. Lazy, but smart. I mean, you weren't doing too bad in the puzzle-solving department. You're actually doing pretty great compared to some of the people I've dragged in here. Yeah, well, solving riddles requires different kind of brain power compared to getting one's shit together in life. You got at least one person who cares a lot about you. Or two people if I count right. I mean, your lady friend seems to care about you a lot as well. So Beryl knows about her too. I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, she's a good friend. You think she'd be sad if she found out what you did? You picked such a painful way to do it too. Sometimes it's hard to see stuff like that. I have my demons and sometimes I listen to them too much. Especially when they've been working with their friend, Mr. Alcohol. I know that on the surface, it might seem easy to say I have a lot going for me, but underneath, It's harder than you believe to accept that sometimes. I'm going to tell you something selfish as well. I'm actually a little bit glad that you're an idiot sometimes. Because it meant you got to steal me here. You're one fucked up girl, you know that? Maybe I am, but a fucked up girl with a little less to be sad about than yesterday. One thing I don't get. You've seen bad, Chris. Why the hell would you want to drag me in here, rather than, I don't know, go hovering around a hospital finding anyone who wasn't so screwed up? Oh my, why did I never think of that? Okay, pack your stuff, I'm kicking you out in 2 minutes. Trawling intensive care somewhere is bound to get me someone nicer. You're not playing along. So what makes it a bad idea? It does actually sound sensible, doesn't it? To find people on the brink in a hospital? Because where else would they be? I thought to try that too early on. The thing is, well, in most cases, the people there have just been in so much pain for so long, they don't want to prolong things. They're ready to move on, and it's not my place to stop them. There are also ones who have been in some accident, and they're fighting for life already. They don't want to spend time somewhere like here. They want to get back to their life and fight against the injustice of the world. One time, I brought someone in here who had lost touch with reality already. She was convinced that I was her daughter. Kept asking why we were here and why I wasn't practicing my ballet. It was just really awkward. You didn't have many happy stories to tell, do you? Were you still doubting that part? But no, I don't think hospitals and me are a great combination. So you're really stuck with blind luck to find the right sort of person at the right time in the right place. I'm afraid that's the best I've come up with so far. I'm not going to say that it means I find people often, or that I've had a lot of luck, but my foot doesn't think I've done too badly this time at least. Ha, old habits die hard. I'm not good at just doing nothing with my hands. I've always found it weirdly relaxing to give someone's foot a rub. No complaints here. Still though, didn't I seem like a bit of a risk to drag me here, I mean? You really expected for things to just go well? I can't dwell on things like that. I have to take my chances at the chances I get. I simply do what I can to get you to engage with the puzzles, make you think and hope for the best. I'll admit though, Bad Chris did scare me a bit. Pretty fucked up that I kept watching, isn't it? In the same fucked up way, I think I'm always glad you have seen that, and I can see past it. Well, like I said, it's not as though I get much to choose from. Although if I did get to choose, I think I could do a hell of a lot worse. I have done a hell of a lot worse up till now. I'm serious though. And not just because you're doing nice things to my feet. You're really engaged with this place. You really engaged with this place and with me. Well, you are a bit weird. But I meet a lot of weird people in my life. Weird is good sometimes. I'm glad you think so. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I made you cry. I shouldn't have gotten angry at you for trying to open up and be honest with me. If I was in your position, I'm not really sure what I might do differently. About watching people, I mean. It's still a little creepy and fucked up, but I think I understand your reasons for doing the things you do. It's strange. I wonder how we would have gotten on if we ever met in the real world. I mean, leaving aside that you might be the same age as my mum. Pity you're not into that, huh? Maybe I'd just have been an ass and you'd have glared at me and I'd have thought you seemed cute. Honestly though, it doesn't matter, we never did. This is where we met. And as fucked up as it sounds to say this, I'm actually kind of glad we got this chance too. Even if the circumstances were very wrong to start with. I've not been dealing with people very well as of late. Fucked up a lot, really. Being here, talking to you like this, it helped me give some clarity about things. I shouldn't decide that things are too hard and the answer's at the bottom of a glass of whiskey sometimes. It sounds good. Now I'm starting to get depressed knowing that there's a chance I might forget all of what's happened here. That's what you said, right? Basically, there's a chance that I'll wake up, forget all about you, and think that I'm such a failure in life that I can't even kill myself properly. It's possible. As far as I can tell, there's no set rule about that. But I like to believe that you have a better chance of remembering if this world's been memorable for you. Not everyone who's been here before wanted to help, but the ones that did, most never seemed really to show a sign that they remembered, not properly at least. After a while it gets a little too painful to keep watching and wishing for something that could have been. So eventually I stop. Well, fuck that shit. I don't want to forget. I want a chance to make a difference. So what can I do? There must be some kind of way to make sure I remember, right? I don't know, there's no manual. Nobody to tell me if I did good or bad. I hate this part. I get my hopes up and... Well, I'm not going to make you any promises that I don't know if I can keep. But if I have a chance at remembering anything, it's got to be intense memories, right? Seems like we made a few of those in here. And I don't just mean... Yes? As much as this might be too much of an ego boost for you, solving some of those damn puzzles was incredibly satisfying. Oh? You did manage to make me think, and not just about the puzzles themselves. So my hope is that when I do wake up, I'll remember things from in here. And they're the things that'll remind me of what bad choices I was making, and why some of the choices have to change. And I can't remember this place without remembering you. Sounds good, Chris. While we're already on the topic of puzzles, I believe you still have a door left open. Right. We might as well get to that, huh? Here we go. So, go ahead. Oh my god, there's more shit in there. Beryl. Oh, it's this side of that place. Before I start asking the obvious questions, let me complain first. You said this was the last room. Well, technically you've already been in this one, so it doesn't count. What kind of logic is that? I said once you solve the last room, a way out will be revealed, didn't I? As always, the devil is in the details, she did say. This is fine, I'm just gonna roll with this. How do we just end up in the classroom again? This is definitely not how things are supposed to work. You see, you don't remember much of your life. Do you remember if you got, like, really shit grades in geography? Out of all the things you've seen in here so far, this is what boggles your mind the most. You know what? Stay here. Don't move. Gonna go around the other side. Talk to her through the bars. Why, hello there, stranger. Thought so. This is so very wrong. Don't tell me the world here is flat. Don't you think this raises a different question? Which one of us is the prisoner now? We both are? We're both prisoners in this godforsaken place, aren't we? I don't think we need some bars to tell us that. Only until your puzzle-solving brilliance sets us free. Is that the reason why the doors always seem to close on their own? I'll be able to see my own butt this way otherwise. You shouldn't get so worried. It doesn't look too bad from where I'm standing. Like what you see, huh? Don't you know how dangerous that kind of thing might be? Interacting with a version of yourself from another dimension? Stuff like that never seems to end well in fiction. Well, this isn't fiction. Well, it's not entirely real either. So, Mr. Prisoner, do you plan on coming back to me? Stay right there. I might have to cut this episode in half. It's long. We'll see how long it goes. Or how hard the next puzzle is. Beryl? Boo. Don't scare me like that. All the less pleasant stuff aside, it's been real fun with you here. I'm gonna miss you. The red door, is it the last one? Perhaps. Beryl, I swear. What the hell is up with that handle? You about to tell me you don't like the design? You already had this conversation. I'm not about to repeat myself. You have to learn to face your fears, Chris. Let me tell you about my fear of naked ladies. Let's try working on one fear at a time, shall we? She's not naked. There's a keyhole, so let me guess, it's locked. Now that's the smart, observant Chris I've come to know. So I still need a key to open it. Did I miss something, or... You haven't missed anything. I'm the one who has the last key. Well, that's convenient. Does the last puzzle consist of me needing to convince you to hand it over to me? Not quite, but getting it will require a bit of effort on your side. What'd she come up with this time? You've got to be shitting me. This is supposed to be some sort of sick joke. Beryl, that's fucked up. Not any more fucked up than what you did to yourself, is it? You actually expect me to slice your wrist open to get that out. Well, you couldn't do it to yourself, but you could do it to someone else. You could do it to yourself, but you couldn't do it to someone else. You son of a... You placed a razor blade inside the very first safe I opened. Because of course you did. And I was holding on to it all this time. Don't you just love it when the loose ends of the story are all wrapped up? It's good to know those subtle touches are appreciated. Just what is going on in this girl's head? This is why you don't get attached to one-night stands. Like you need another reminder of that, didn't you, Chris? Do you remember how we talked about how this place making an impact on you could possibly bring a better chance for you to remember stuff that's happened here? It's just a theory, though. And while I do want to remember all that's happened here with the both of us, it would be nice if I didn't get traumatized while I'm at it. Don't you think it'd be a small price to pay? Please, Chris, do this for me. Can you do this for me? Someone, I need to kill you to get out of here? Chris, you can't kill me. I'm not alive anymore, remember? And none of this is real. But you still feel things in here. This shit hurts, I would know. If you want me to be honest, I'm actually curious. Curious? Curious about what? About how this must have felt for you. What? I swear this girl is so unhinged in places. And she has no idea what she's asking for, does she? Though at the same time, I sort of get it, I think. Fuck! Chris? Where are you going? I've done stupid shit to myself. I'm not leaving you the same way. I might need these bandages and a towel. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Give me your hand. Okay, if I hesitate about this, I'm only going to hurt her more. This is just about getting that stupid key out. One clean cut should do it. I hope. The razor blade's in my pocket. I've got no choice. Yeah, it feels just peachy, doesn't it? Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. I swear if my idiot brain forgets about this, I'm more fucked in the head than I thought. This is probably the moment where I should be considering all my life choices. Here, press this to your wrist. Put some pressure on it. Satisfied? Still think that was a good idea? How'd you bear with the pain for so long? What do you mean? After you did that to yourself, a fair amount of time must have passed before I found you. It's usually a fairly slow process overall, which makes it all the more weird that I barely remember any of it. Really? Still? Not only that, I don't know why I've done it specifically. So either I must have been wasted to hell and back, or else there's something very weird about this whole situation. Even more weird than it already is. But this means that you want to keep on living, don't you? Well, yeah, what sane person wouldn't? That's good then. May that attitude stick with you once you go back. Yeah. If we remember, once I go through that door, I might forget we even met like this in the first place, correct? And the chances of that happening are high. So we should assume this might be the last time we see each other. Well, the last time I ever see you. Here. I know you can just make your own jacket if you wanted one, but this one's mine. I want you to keep it as a gift. Really? Yeah, really. Even if it's just make-believe. Memories are real. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but to hell with it. It's something both of us can enjoy, if only for a moment. I'd like to stay with her a bit longer, honestly. She's weird, but I could use her company right now too. She said holding this place up is a strain on her though. And that's the last thing I want is for her to damage herself over me. I'll be honest with you, Beryl. This place wasn't all that bad. And despite your general weirdness, I think I actually enjoyed your company. So I hope to see you again. Just, you know, not like this. Remember how I said I hate this part? Don't get my hopes up, Chris. Who said I was trying to get your hopes up? This is for me, this is what I want. You put a ton of effort in trying to get me, thinking about my life. And it actually worked. So just let me have this, okay? Okay, Chris. I'd like that. And if I don't get to see you anymore, I hope you're able to find someone that can help you. Eventually. Thanks. I appreciate the thought. See you around, Chris. Yeah, see you around. Okay, here goes nothing. I honestly shouldn't be surprised anymore. Obviously the last door wouldn't be the last door. Are the red doors double doors too, just further apart? This corridor looks pretty ominous. No turning back now. Am I in control? I am. What the hell now? Is this supposed to be one last choice? Does one door lead me back to the real world and the other straight to hell? Fucking hope not. I don't see any handles here. I'm not sure if this is even a door. Could just be an innocent recess, but it doesn't feel like Beryl would do something for no reason. Is it some sort of concealed passage? It does sound kind of hollow when I knock on it. Pushing it doesn't make it budge though. Is this Beryl's subtle way of telling me wrong way, turn back? That one has got a handle. Is there something in my inventory I can use on this one? Well, I guess we can't go that way. Yet. There's multiple endings, right? It seems like it's locked. If the last key doesn't work a second time, I might have a problem. Okay, clearly it's the right key and the right door. Let's do this. The hell kind of room is that? Well, that's an ending. I don't know if that's a good ending, but it's an ending. Did we remember? Did we not remember? What happened? Is there going to be more after the we're going to wait till the end of the credits, and then we're going to know. It's going to be this was a long episode, man. We'll see if I have to cut that down. We didn't find any more of the spot of the difference, guys, either. That was a shame. I told you they all happen in the same universe. Here we go. I knew there was going to be more. Had to be, right? Didn't make any sense otherwise. Oh. What the hell are you doing here, you idiot? Well, at least you seem to be getting some sleep for a change. I'm not about to ruin that for you. Oh shit. That's... ouch. I'm definitely going to need a lot of painkillers for that. High five though, Chris. You actually woke up. Seems like you ended up having more luck with brains than brains with this one. Oh, he does remember her. Beryl? Chris? Heh. Welcome back. Oh, that's got to be a good ending, right? He remembered it just like he was meant to. And everything that happened. What ending is that? Does it say? True end. We got the true end right off the bat. Jeez, usually you have to work for that shit by doing all the other endings first. We will come back and do all the other endings though. Once I figure out how to do, I think we can skip the scene stuff now, so we can probably get through them pretty quickly just by choosing different dialogue options, I assume is how you get the different endings. But we will be back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.